What up YouTubers, welcome back to Omni Garage. Today we're just going for a bit of a drive to find a spot where we can park up and walk around the car and show you guys the 5 pros and the 5 cons I like about driving a 2007 WRX wagon as a daily driver.
Yeah, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, baby, take your feelings, make it harder. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, counting all these bills like I'm your father. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So the first pro I like about my 2007 WRX wagon is the fact that it's an EJ25 turbo. Now driving a turbo is incredibly fun. Put your foot down, instant power, blows you back into your seat. Oh, it puts a smile on my face when I'm driving that bad boy. So the second pro I like about the car is I've put in aftermarket suspension. I've used MCA suspension, the Red series, and what that suspension allows me to do is change the dampener setting so we can go straight from being nice and soft when I'm daily driving around town, and then by just turning the dampener dial I can increase the dampener to make the suspension really hard and firm for when I'm doing track days, etc. The main thing I like about the suspension is it's real solid under hard cornering. It feels nice and stiff, rigid, and you just feel real secure when driving it. It makes it super fun for when you're daily driving. So the third pro I like about this car is the cosmetics. Overall I like the wagon shape, and in particular I love the scoop. I like the way how the scoop sits out from the bonnet. It doesn't protrude in like it does on the newer models. I like it so much that some days when I'm driving along I just stare at the back of the scoop all nice and shiny, and man does it put a smile on my face. Okay, so I guess the fourth pro I like about the car is the practicality of the boot space. I think in the sedans you have a limited amount of height that you can get objects in. In the wagon there's endless height, it goes right up to the roof. You can put the seats all the way down, and the other day we went to a trip to Bunnings, and we got an umbrella that was 2.71 meters, and I kid you not, that fitted right from the tip to the end, 2.71 meters. It is awesome. The space is incredible. Okay, so the fifth and final pro I like about this car is the fact that it's all-time all-wheel drive. That's real great when I'm driving up to the snow. I can get up the mountain no problems at all. I don't have to think about changing the settings, changing it into all-wheel drive or anything like that. It's just there ready to go. I guess daily driving in the wet conditions is awesome. All 4 wheels are driving. I don't have problems with the front end slipping out or the rear slipping, anything like that. It's great. And then on the flip side of that, when I'm driving in nice sunny conditions like it is today, I feel like it's nice and secure when I'm driving into corners nice and hard. It feels like it corners real well. The rear doesn't lift or anything like that. So I think Subaru have done a great job there. The first con is fuel efficiency. Now I know that this has been strongly debated worldwide about fuel efficiency. This car is definitely not fuel efficient. When I'm daily driving and I look after the fuel and I'm fuel saving, I get roughly about 400 kilometers to a tank. Now if I was to accelerate hard all the time, downshift, zoom around, then I'd probably only get roughly about 350, 360 kilometers per tank. So the second con I dislike about this car is the front bumper and the fenders. I think we can see here that this car is definitely not wide body. I'd like to have the big wide fenders that we get on the STI models. It means that you can get wider wheels, and when you get wider wheels it means that they won't rub when you're doing hard cornering. I think having wider fenders also makes the stance of the car look a lot more aggressive, and definitely makes the cosmetics look a bit more interesting. Okay, so the third con I dislike about this car is the fact that it didn't come with any tinted windows. Now having no tinted windows means like on a day like today it's nice and hot, nice and sunny. Inside the car it'll be extremely hot, very uncomfortable. When you're daily driving you get sunburn down one arm, and that's not very pleasant either. I've tried to source some factory tinted glass because I'd rather have that than the wraps you can buy. So if anyone knows where I can get some of that from for the 2007 wagon, please comment below, that'd be much appreciated. So the fourth con I dislike about this car is the middle seat belt. Is it's a good seat belt, like it goes across your shoulder, it goes across your lap, so it's not just the typical lap belt. But the problem is that it starts way back in the back of the boot, and that means you've got to reach back, unclip it, and then pull it across. So it's really annoying. It's quite difficult to grab, and probably not the most practical place to put it. I suppose when you've got people in the middle seat, there's not a lot of room back there either. So when you've got 4 people, especially 4 adults in the car, it's really squishy. And then when you add the 5th person in the middle, definitely very jammy in there. Okay, so the 5th and final con about this car is the fact that it's not an STI. This is a 2007 WRX wagon. STI is not available in this model, and so what that means is that the car didn't come with any Brembos. It didn't come with a 6-speed gearbox and a whole heap of other features that STIs have that this car didn't have. Now those things would be amazing to have. You know, imagine having Brembos and a 6-speed gearbox on this thing would be awesome. But the cost to bring it up to STI spec, or close to, would cost me too much money. And so by the time you've done all that, you spend a lot of money and yet it still doesn't have an STI badge. So there we have it, YouTubers. The 5 pros and the 5 cons I have about driving my 2007 WRX as a daily. Comment below with what you like and dislike about driving your Subaru as a daily, and please like and subscribe to keep the content rolling from Omni Garage.
Is this thing still on? So, I've actually got 1 pro and 1 con about this 2007 WRX and myself. So, the pro is the free gas. You can be rolling around in this car, whipping into corners, mashing the gas, not changing out of second gear. That gas is free. You are not paying the gull bill. But it does come with a con though. So all of that free gas actually ended up making me want to buy my own. So it cost me the price of an almost new 2019 STI, and I can tell you I am having to pay the gull bills for those, and no one else is driving.